now. I can talk louder. That extra would help. So just to test the audio.
At our performance level volume.
A B C D E F G H I J K Elemento.
I've been studying all my favorite YouTubers and like how they enunciate.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Enunciation is huge. Yeah.
It's not the newscaster enunciation. It's a new way of like keeping people's attention.
You know, you've been on, you know. Wait, what? Oh no! You know, you've been on TikTok too long. When you get onto newscaster dance TikTok, yeah, oh, it's great. That's right. Yeah,
I'm on like
the best of the internet.
Giveaway, like,
yeah.
Get me out of here.
That was so good.
Yeah, I'm actually ready to eat food. Like physically, I'm hungry.
You guys are good.
Physically,
yeah.
We're ready to start.
Does the audio work now?
Yes.
Oh, okay, audio.
Hi everyone, welcome to our very last event on our Long Beach Gives Fundraiser Day. We're live from the Long Beach Forward office. We have our Executive Director, James Lazo, and our new parent organizer, Camille, ready to eat spicy wings and answer spicy questions. So I just want to let y'all know we will be accepting questions from the audience. So feel free to leave any questions that you want answers to in the chat. Again, we're doing this in order to reach our goal of raising $14,500 today, and I think we're over halfway there already. So thank you all so much for everyone who's already donated. We appreciate it. And with that, I'll pass it over to Camille.
Welcome everybody. I'm so excited to be here tonight.
Woo!
Yes, in the great city of Long Beach on Long Beach Gives Day. This is a really awesome day of giving, and it's honestly a really key part of the identity of Long Beach, and so is Long Beach Forward. I'm really excited to present our version of Hot Ones to you tonight as I interview James. Now, I've got some questions prepared, but I'm looking for help. So if you got a spicy question, something interesting to suggest, I want to hear from you. Put it in the chat. We've got folks moderating to help them get to me. But without further ado, let's introduce our special guest, James.
What's up?
Hi.
Hey.
And we had
excited to be here.
Audience too. You can clap.
We do, yeah. Y'all should be really interactive.
Thank you.
Yeah. I feel very honored that so many people are here to see me just absolutely die right now. So yeah.
Right.
And out to all the people who have been texting me, sending me well wishes too. Appreciate that.
Right. You have a lot of support. You do. I know we're gonna get somewhere through this rack of hot wings.
Yeah.
We've got a pretty frightening selection of hot sauces to get through tonight.
Yeah.
And to go along with our questions.
We're gonna do it. It's gonna be great.
I want to just, before we go into that first question, I want to hear the number. Where are we at?
We're at a lot of money right now. Very scientifically. I think we're like, well,
6,400.
that we are at that.
Did we hit
6,000 what?
400.
6,400.
At $6,660.
Already,
I'll also say I'm at like 70% of my goal, which I'm really excited about because I was like, had a lot of anxiety about it. So yeah. So if you're watching out there and you really want to pray for me, you can transfer that into dollars. So smash that link in bio, or someone else can drop the link in there. So
yeah. So a bunch of us put out some individual fundraisers, but we have a central fundraising page. You can find that at the URL on your screen. In the comments section, you'll find our main page. You can make a donation there to support us. But let's get started.
Let's do it. Okay, so
we are starting with Tabasco.
Okay, beautiful. How are you? Are you a Tabasco connoisseur?
I am a Tabasco avoider.
Okay, great.
Actually, yeah.
I avoid all hot sauces too. So
now there's a few friends in this lineup, but Tabasco's not one of them.
Yeah. And what's the proper dab of like? You have to like.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. We're both pretty freaked out. We're both already a little warm. I think we should probably do like 3 shakes.
3 shakes. Okay, so like.
That sounds fair. Nice comp. Yeah.
3. Okay.
That was like 6. I'm doing. I'm gonna do 3.
Well, I studied English.
Shakes.
Math is not my thing. So yeah, I'm sure everyone's like, "That was I just smelled that."
The classic Tabasco. All right,
Oh my
1,
God.
2, 3. I did,
Ooh.
4, 5, 6.
That's
just
what
like
that
you.
smells like?
Yeah.
Oh,
So this is
here,
vinegary.
Put the cap back on. I smell that more.
This is
Sorry.
spicy.
This
So my
is
first
spicy.
question is an easy one.
Okay,
You know,
let's
as
do
you
it.
enjoy that first swing, I want to hear
Mhm.
from you. What do you love about Long Beach? What do you love about this place?
Wow, that's a great question. Oh my God, that's hot. Oh my God, I'm supposed to do that.
Right.
I watched a couple videos to prepare for this, and everybody was very composed. And I watched Aubrey Plaza because she's one of my favorites, and so it was very composed. I will not be that composed straight up. So
let loose. It's okay. This
Well,
is a safe space. A lot of
please.
people in here who
so I
love
wore a
you.
tank top. Well, I'm sweating more.
But it
Okay,
will
so
get
what-
worse.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. Absolutely. So what I love about Long Beach Forward, I love that we can do stuff like this. Like I think there's like I came into organizing and community organizing and all of this kind of like community change work because it was like liberation work for me, right? Like it was something just like I connected with for myself, and to now like be part of an organization where it's like part of our like DNA and part of our like culture and doing that. Look, the sweat already dropping into my eye. I think that's like really awesome, and to be part of an organization where we're not just having this like conversation and we're talking the talk, we're also walking the walk, right? And I think that means like we're all really passionate about the work, and we're all really like wanting to show up for our community in the best ways, but also like do it in a sustainable way, because this stuff is hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's even like all this kind of fundraising stuff, right? Like it's very hard. It's very hard. So it's not easy. I always like to say like if organizing was easy, everyone and their mom would be doing it, right? And we actually are trying to organize moms too.
That's right.
That's right. So
we're coming for the moms.
We're coming for the moms, right? And I think that it's so cool to be part of an organization. And I think in my role, like helping lead and build an organization where like we can like practice that across our culture, do awesome work. Like I'm looking at our team here has been doing like COVID vaccine outreach, which is super dope. We've done a lot of work with parents and LUSD. And I think one of our values and part of our organization is like working with folks who typically like aren't at the table or who aren't part of this process, right? And I think that's like a really big deal because a lot of connection there. And I think if we want to make the world a better place, it means that like people who historically haven't been at the table need to be part of the table, and maybe we need to flip the table too, right?
Or the bus stop seat.
Or bus stop seat.
You started out organizing with bus riders, right?
Well, you did research.
I did my research.
You did some Googling.
I did some deep Googling, and I heard that you actually got started doing something that sounded really challenging to me, which is getting bus riders to come together around a common issue. I mean, people don't talk to each other on the bus. There's like there's some community there, but not a lot. Tell me about that, and like, how did that connect to you? Ending up in a place where you're leading.
Yeah, totally.
Today.
I like totally have a soft. I also heard me talk about this before. Like, I have a soft spot for like public transit and all that kind of stuff because it like when I graduated high school, like, I had my license, but like I didn't have a car. Didn't have a car at the time, and so I when I got into college, I actually only got accepted to Cal State Fullerton and Cal State Long Beach. And I just wanted to go, like, sorry if anybody from high school is watching this, but wanted to go somewhere where, like, high school, like, I didn't know people from high school. Yeah. And so Cal State Long Beach was, like, where I decided to come. And buses and public transit in Orange County sucks. And so I used to take the bus, and it was, like, an hour and a half each way. So, and then, of course, because, like, I was a freshman, not really knowing, like, what I was doing. What? You want me to put more on it right now?
We're almost on the next one.
Okay. Oh, they're gonna be ready. Okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. Shoot, they're like, hurry up. Shut up and hurry up. I know. So I, because I like wasn't like the best at picking classes, I had like 8 a.m. classes my freshman year. So when you take the bus at 6 a.m., like it is the same folks every morning. And, I got to know like legit, like some of the earliest mentors I had as like a really young like college freshman were like people who were like traveling from like Garden Grove and Santa Ana and Anaheim to LA, and taking the bus to the Blue Line and going into LA. And so I got a lot of great, I think, like really formative conversations with people. I was also when the economy was collapsing in 2008, like everything was just, public service stuff was being cut left and right. So that was a really hard time for people, I think, for the public sector. And so that's how I got involved with organizing other bus riders, people to talk about how do we prevent the bus cuts that were happening. And so on my free days, like when I didn't have class, I got to meet a group called, I don't know that they're really around anymore, called the Transit Advocates of Orange County. And we would go ride buses around on my day off and flyer people, and it's like the best kind of house meeting because like I know your bus stop is like 20 minutes away, so you got to listen to me right now, right? Yeah. So it was pretty dope.
Captive audience.
Yeah, look, everybody's there, right? And a lot of people were like, hey, like I really want to talk more, and so we organized rallies, and we did a lot to educate like super conservative Republican council members and board members there about the bus cuts. And you know, we didn't win everything, but we were able to like make a really good case for public transit and preserve, you know, sometimes when you really rely on that 5 a.m. bus to get to like Disneyland or whatever, and like if you don't have reliable transportation, that bus is really important. And so it was pretty dope to do that.
Is the Disneyland bus thing an out?
No, well, so one of the things that's like interesting, like they tried to say that like, oh, well, it's more important that buses run more frequently versus like the span of it, right? Mm-hmm. So like instead of having a bus at like 5 a.m., they can start at like 7 a.m. But like
15, 30 minutes.
Right. And that's great if you have an 8 a.m. job, but like the reality for a lot of folks, especially in the service sector, it's like that's just not reality, right? Yeah. So there was a lot of really cool stuff that we got to do together. And I got some fun battle scars from it too, which was cool. So yeah.
It sounds like a good foundation for you. I think we should go into question 2 because I'm seeing a hotter sauce come down the pike here. What do we have?
Cholula. So it's not, where's the camera at?
Cholula. I like Cholula. That's the one I'm going to reach for at the restaurant. What about you?
Still none. Like ketchup? I'll do ketchup. Ketchup's spicy enough, right? So we're doing
Cholula's flavorful.
Oh, I did too much on that. That was,
that's show the folks at home
that was I messed that up.
Oh no.
You can see that's a lot.
That's wing 2.
Yeah, cool. We're just gonna this guy's gonna float around a little bit.
So I kind of did the same thing. This is
yeah, it came out really quick, right? Yeah.
So for the Cholula level, this is my question 2 for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we just spoke about the organizing folks around bus access during a financial crisis. I'm hearing kind of a parallel to what we're doing today, right? We're going through a shared crisis right now. And here you are at the helm of Long Beach Ford at this critical time. I want to, just get this one out of the way early. Honestly, what's been a challenge that you faced during this Panini Panasonic pandemic? And, that you think that folks watching and our supporters should hear about. You guys have really kept things going despite all of the things that are making it really difficult to do that.
Yeah, it's actually really good,
right?
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, too, kind of reminds me of high school. I don't know, maybe I don't know. I don't know. That's so bad. Yeah, I mean, what was the question again? What's been like a challenge or yeah? I mean, I think just like. There's actually was watching a video about this recently. One of the video essayists I enjoy a lot of their content from. Like I think one of the things that's so like about a Panini pandemic, whatever you want to call it, like it's universal, right? Like going through it, like we are all changed in some way, like for better or for worse, right? I mean, for me, speaking for myself, like I've had loss through the pandemic, right? But I've also had like some like, I mean, the racial uprisings in the summer were just so like, it was hard. It was so motivating and seeing so many people come to this moment, right? Like all that to say that I think it's such a universal experience, whether it's like universal grief, right? Like we're all going through this moment together and it makes you question some really big questions, right? Like people now are like, we're in this whole like economic crisis because people are like, why am I going to go back to work to be paid like crap wages, right? Like people are really saying like, and maybe we shouldn't have healthcare that's tied to our employment, right? Like there's so much momentum around really dope stuff like Medicare for all these other efforts and solutions that, even in Long Beach, like I was talking to one of our partners and a couple months ago in the pandemic and it's like, we never thought we would see like local renter protections in Long Beach, but lo and behold, it's like a panini, and here we are, right? Like now we're having conversations about how many staff do we fund in the city to enforce these laws.
Just like that.
Which is like, it sucks that it took a pandemic to do that, but like, that's awesome, right? So I think like, I didn't know that we would live through an era where there would be so much like amazing, awesome things, but also at the same time, just so much like heartache, grief, and loss at the same time. So, you know, I think for us at Long Beach Forward, like we got like a whole other team out of it. They're all watching me right now in the eyes, right? But like, but they support you, yeah. But like to be able to do really awesome outreach work, like vaccines and stuff like that. Like, I didn't even think that like when we started this stuff that like vaccines. Remember somebody was like, oh, just wait, there's gonna be a moment where like people are giving out vaccines on the corner and there's pop-ups and all that. And I was like, that's funny.
I mean, how many like purge moments have you had like that, right? I mean, real talk. Give me a tough one from this pandemic where you were like, this is a lot. You know? Because there's been a lot of weird moments, like from the vaccine clinics that pop up on the corner to like just even the, you know, the articles you pass on the newsstand, right? You're like, am I in a movie? Like, this is honestly, this is a little much, you know?
Yeah. And honestly,
we had a special visit. Nico is on our Instagram from Long Beach.
Oh, hey Nico, what's up?
How's the hot sauce?
She's tingly right now. Yeah.
I know, it's a cool off of the fry.
It's tingly.
Yeah, but I think this is the Tabasco maybe that like, you know, kind of did it in a little bit, but we're going. I got some celery here. We good.
We just conquered Cholula.
Well, where did you get the chicken wings from?
This is from Wingstop. Oh.
Well, congratulations to the Long Beach Forward team. You won the Power Hour Lunchtime Special.
Yeah! Check that out. That's awesome. Oh, thanks for the good news.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna get back to our homes.
Most unique donors from noon to 1.
Hey, yo, I just say, like, I am like crapping my pants at how many individual donors we've had. Like, I mean, I think that's what happens when you work with a team of organizers, right? But like, it is awesome how many folks, and Mel and I were talking about this before too, about like how many like small dollar donors we have at Long Beach Forward, which I think is so cool, right? Because it's like, it's not about like how much you can give. It's like, yo, my $5, my $10, my $15 means a lot that I support this like bigger vision and work. So, bye, Nico. Thank you for the good news.
Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Okay, so back to your question. What was it moment?
Big challenge.
A challenge?
Yeah.
Honestly, the one that like really like cracked me up a lot was like joints for jabs, right? Because like, so for those of you watching who don't know, like we've been doing this Healthy Long Beach campaign to get folks vaccinated, and the last couple months there's been a big conversation and push around like how can we provide incentives for folks to get vaccinated, especially in certain target populations and whatnot. So we was actually a comrade in New York and folks at ACT UP who connected me with folks in Washington, D.C. who were doing this effort called Joints for Jabs, where they were giving out pre-rolls for vaccinations.
So cool.
It's so cool because I was like, that's awesome, right? Especially because like younger folks who are the ones who are like hesitant to get vaccines, right? And so we, you know, were able to work with our partner networks and folks that we know, including the Long Beach Collective Association, and just pitched an idea. And I think it speaks to the power of relationships, right? Of being like, hey, we got an idea, let's talk about it, right? Yeah. And our team was super gung-ho. Like, I would never want us to do something if like our team didn't feel really solid about it, but like props to the Healthy Long Beach folks who were super excited about it. And it like, oh, that day I was like out on vacation when it went out. So that's a lesson I learned.
It's gonna be no big deal, right?
Yeah, I was like, that's fine. Let's send the press release out while I'm on vacation and like working with 50 middle school kids. It's fine. What could go wrong?
Right.
A lot could go wrong. Which was really funny. And to me, like we had a lot of conversations about it, and I think to our credit, right, like really held space for folks to listen and work through challenges. But to me, it was also like, dang, we're in this moment where like we're all feeling this pandemic real intimately, right? And like we want to do what we can to get folks vaccinated, right? And if that just means like this is one way to ease the conversation in, let's do it, right? So I just like that to me was like, oh, it'll be fine, but it ended up being up.
A lot of good stuff happens when you just start.
You just start, you just do it, right?
Just try. We should try everything.
Which is why I think like I love this team because it's very much my kind of approach. It's like, yeah, let's do it, right? Like even if we haven't, totally thought it all through, like we'll learn through the way. That's part of the process.
Okay, hot shot, random shot question from the chat.
From the shop.
This one comes from Nubia.
Oh my god, everybody's laughing already. That's.
Who's your favorite LDF staffer?
Myself. Duh.
Yeah, there you go.
No, hard question. Yeah. I worked too hard for this stuff. Yeah.
That question's spicy.
No, there was no asterisk there. Yeah, I can say
Let's put
myself.
a Long Beach forward twist on it.
Okay.
Who would you like to take the opportunity to give gratitude to on the Long Beach?
That's really. I want to give gratitude to Khalil, who's our new development manager, who like I won't get mad watching like me saying this, but like he just started on was last Tuesday, I think. So we were trying to get somebody in here before Long Beach Gives. And I know he was super excited about Long Beach Gives, and actually, like in his interview, gave a lot of really great like feedback that we actually ended up using for this campaign.
Nice.
But I know he was sharing a lot of like hesitation or anxiety of not playing a bigger role in Long Beach Gives, and I was like, no, like don't worry about it. Like this is really about like learning, taking it all in, trying the new experience. Homie, you like met your goal. He already like met his goal and exceeded it, and super proud. Even though he couldn't be here today, he's in class right now, but. That's just dope, and I think like it speaks to the people that we attract who are like real go-getters, but at the same time, like let's be really clear that we're not holding you to this like standard of excellence where you have to feel pressured.
Also, go finish your degree.
Go finish your degree. Yeah, degrees are important.
I love that. Thank you. So, thank you for that question. Keep them coming in the chat. I want to see what you got, and I'm going to give a quick update. Our Lido has moved. We are now at $6,897.
Oh, well, this is worth it.
Can I get a woo? We're making moves. We are pushing hard this hour to hit our goal. This campaign ends tonight at midnight. So let's make it happen.
Oh my gosh, I just licked my lips and there was no
flashback. Go to our website. Text your friends, email your family members, let everybody know what we got going on here and tell them to tune into the show. We're moving on to wing 3, and it's getting hotter. I see
this one.
Tapatio.
Did we do this one already?
Classic.
Wait, I thought we did this one already. No.
No, Tabasco, Cholula. Now we're on
James is like trying to like trick.
I'm just trying to clarify.
We're not falling for that one.
Don't get it twisted. Okay,
No
see, look, this.
Montero. Okay.
Call me. Like,
no skips on that album.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's a good. Did you listen to the album? It's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah,
it really got me hyped to do some good work.
Yeah, he did a little like Twitter Q&A. Like folks were asking him questions, and he was like quote tweeting them. It was like really insightful.
He's given me money before, so I'm a huge fan.
Oh, check what?
Yeah, when you see people doing that thing on send me your cash tag, I'll give you some stock.
No way, really?
I have stock from Megan Thee Stallion. Thank you very much.
What?
She gave me some Microsoft stock.
Okay, we're ending. We're
dividends the other day.
I am now interviewing. I'm interviewing you now. What? Oh my gosh! Dang.
All right, y'all. You be the judge. I'm doing my best with the saucing, but we're putting sauce on there.
Oh, this is hard.
All right, Tapatio. Question 3. Proudest moment. Pick one. Proudest moment of Long Beach Forward that involved the folks, in this room.
Ooh, that's a good one. It's not like just it could be a proud moment. That's the proudest, right? Okay. I don't want y'all like coming for me later. That's why. Clarifying. What? No.
Supervisor.
It's like remember, I was your intern. Yeah. I know. Okay, proudest moment. Oh man. You know what? Actually, because we were talking about this earlier when we were like on a little break earlier. It's a long moment, but I think one of the proudest moments, like being part of this organization and like full on, like this was not all Long Beach Forward, like as a lot of things, right? It's all of this community effort. Measure WW and like all of that, like battle work around hotel workers and preventing sexual assaults. Like I remember all of this work to try and get the policy passed at city council, right? And I was like, we got the votes, we think we're gonna get it, there's a play, there's a game plan, and things ended up coinciding with the Long Beach Values Act and our like night at Sanctuary. So like I remember it was like the leading up to it. I was in Sacramento for a work trip, and like we're hopping back and forth on the phone to try and like how to create like a joint messaging around like protect hotel workers and immigrants and all these kind of intersections and stuff. And that vote at city council, I mean, there's video footage of it. You can go on Google and find it. It's wild. I mean, it was a wild council night. For those who don't know, like we lost that vote, and it was a really hard moment. And I remember everybody was very emotionally charged. It was a really rough time. Like I'm even like thinking back and like getting some chills about it. Remember like there was a lot of yelling, a lot of crying, and I remember immediately like, holy crap, we just lost this huge vote. Like now our other policies in jeopardy. We ended up moving the Values Act forward, but then it was like, okay, we're going to take this policy to the ballot, and a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of door knocking. WW passed, and like that election night party at Roxanne's was like super dope, and it was like the biggest like, hey, policymakers, like if you're not going to do this, we're going to step up as the people and like pass it, and we did. Over 60%. Thank you. Over 60%.
I remember seeing that on the ballot. And I was like, I like it here. Yeah. Like, yes, right? We do this in Long Beach. We ask questions and we go, what's going on with that?
Right.
Love that. That was one of those early moments when I moved here where I was like, this place is special. And now I'm meeting the folks who are really, in the background making that happen. Love that.
That was cool. That was, I mean, it was just, I felt so very like proud and just like happy to be part of like that effort, right? I mean, it was really cool. And just like the days door knocking, doing all of that. I remember like one day we were door knocking in Cow Heights and I was like, oh my gosh, this is my old professor's house. So got his vote, got a selfie. It was great. That's Long Beach, right? Yeah. Like you go everywhere and you see everybody, right?
Yeah, it really is, and everybody really randomly welcomes the door knocking too. Yeah, like they like it. Like, what do you got?
Cool with it. Oh, what was that? I feel that.
Yeah, that was the first one where I sipped the almond milk. The almond milk was opened. We're both now in cool. Yeah, we're in recovery.
We're getting more 50% more calcium than dairy milk. So
look, this is my last kind of like work questions before we get into the personal stuff. So you're being warned now. Folks helping out in the comment section, seeking personal questions. But before we move on, we just passed $7,000. Moving along nicely, let's go into number 4 and our fourth sauce. So what is this? Oh no,
this one's.
I know that green cap. Sriracha.
I also don't do. I don't do any of this. Okay, is this? I got squeezed with
this one. This one's pretty flavorful, but it's also like it's burning. Don't like it. Go for it.
Oh, is this one I have to tear the thingy off?
Yeah, stall for time.
Yeah. Okay, that was gonna go nowhere.
It's broken.
I gotta. Okay, well, why don't you throw your question at me while I heroically try to open this stuff?
Well, those who know you and love you say that the work that we do, that the work is really only limited by the restraints of this world and money. So I want to ask you.
That's my next tattoo.
Right? Unlimited resources, money is no object. What is your vision for Long Beach Forward? What will we be doing?
Complete domination of the greater Long Beach area.
Total domination of
we're gonna annex Signal Hill, City of Lakewood, right? Yeah.
Bring everybody back together.
Yeah, I think San Pedro into this too, right? Yeah, we got the whole harbor area. No, unlimited, all of that. I mean, honestly, like unlimited, like we would just be doing something different, right? Because like if we were able to do what we needed, like we would be like race and income wouldn't determine someone's future in Long Beach, right? And we could like, I don't know, just do some really cool like community stuff. But I mean, I think understanding like I think to be a place, and I think leaning into our role as like building community leadership, right? Like I owe so much to the people who like took time and invested in like my leadership and my development, right? And I think that's what like is so cool, that some of the work that we do, that it's really hard to explain to funders sometimes, because like how does that fit in like a grant outcome or chart or something like that, right? But a lot of this individual giving work that we do is really helpful to do that, of like we just want to work with people to. Are you okay? Are you gonna lose it before me? Okay, all right.
It back in.
Okay, yeah. Just you gotta breathe through it. So like I think that leadership development is like super awesome and that we get to do that. And it's a lot of work, right? Like regardless of the campaign that we do, it's like, yeah, here's like what a win might look like, but success is also about like people feeling empowered, like they have agency, like they have confidence and self-worth. And like that's really hard to do sometimes because we all have different life experiences, different identities that shape all of that. And so we just get to do that all day and like help make the world a better place, even if it's just one person by the end of the day. I think it's like worth it.
Damn. Cheers to that.
Yeah,
cheers you to almond milk to that.
Oh, here, yeah. Almond milk. Yeah.
Woo!
Okay. I haven't been. Do you?
Get your wing.
Did you bite? Is that how your reaction?
Yeah, that was my reaction to sriracha.
Pray for me. Mm.
That's a different, but also flavorful.
Yeah.
I'm kind of learning something along the way. That's nice. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm being trained. Looks like we have another Tabasco contender for our number 5 question. We're going to take it into the realm of the personal.
Okay.
Yes, this was a question submitted by one of your colleagues here.
Name them. We
but
name
it's a
them.
nerd alert. Who's your favorite writer? And what is their influence on you?
Oh my gosh.
As a person, how did that influence to develop this young leader for Long Beach?
That's a great question. That one.
Well, how old are you? I'm 33 today.
Happy birthday, by the way. I said happy birthday earlier. Happy birthday! Woo! Wait, how old do you think I am?
I'm calling you younger than me, so I think you're younger than 33.
But like, how young though?
Okay, I'm 28.
Oh, thank you. Bless your heart. I'm 31. I'm 31. It's a little hotter. I'm gonna do a little.
Yeah, you might.
Yeah.
You might need support. Pass me this.
Oh, you moving on to it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me pour someone.
Yeah, get it on your wing, and this is that's sauce number 5.
What is? I feel like it's in there. It's in there. Promise. Okay, so favorite writer. I've really been into. I feel like I go through cycles of like favorite. I can smell that. Oh, the whiff! It hit me. Oh. Sorry for reacting in real time here. I've really been getting more into poetry lately. We're reading a couple like autobiographies and whatnot, just like randomly that I get from recommendations. But Ocean Vuong is a writer. He just put out a poetry book that I really want to get. So if anybody's watching, you really love me, go and get me that. But I read his book, On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous, a couple months ago during the pandemic, and I was like, this is what I need for my soul right now. And I think for someone to also like, one of the things about my writing that like actually got me in trouble a lot in college was that like it's very flowery because I'm just very expressive. I'm a Cancer baby. I feel things and I gotta tell people or I gotta write it out. So like writing history essays and stuff, because I did like a history minor, they were like, okay, this is great, but it's very pretty. Like just give me facts. And I'm like, no, like that's not how life is. Yeah. So Ocean's writing is like very, it's very like deep and heartfelt. And so his book is actually, it's one giant long love letter to his mother, his immigrant mother who can't read English. So it's just like, and him growing up as like a refugee, an immigrant, queer, like all of those things. Yeah, I know it's a lot. And it's just like putting into words those things where like, even where like, you know, as I've gone through like my own therapy journey and self-growth and reflection of like those things, you know, you want to tell people you love, but then when you get in front of them, you're like, why can I not say this? Right. And there's just such a beauty to it that like, he's just also an amazing writer. And so I try and remember that when I write, or like, even if I'm doing like professional writing stuff of like, let me be like, bring some of that into it and some of that passion. So even if somebody's reading it and they may not know me, they get that same kind of context. Right. Wow. Oh, good stuff. I try and make time for reading, but you know, sometimes it's really hard. You have to work at it.
I could look into that because I'm struggling with like the number of exclamation points I use in an email. And you know, stuff like that when it comes to tone. So yeah. I could definitely use a backup.
There's a meme of somebody. It's like when you send an email with no exclamation points and somebody walking down the runway with like fire behind them. Like,
literally, I'm
a boss. Yeah.
I've reduced down to 2 per email, but we're working on it.
Yeah.
So
I definitely copy proofread my emails. I'm like, okay, that's way too many exclamation points. Let's tone it down.
Right. I'm like prioritizing the last one. So Look, I want to take a question from the audience, so
Okay.
I'm gonna remind folks one more time. I'm looking for your
Okay.
submissions, and
What's this one again? It's
I
smoke.
know I've got folks in the room helping as well. So if you have questions to add in, let me know. So I'm looking for one for my question 9. Okay.
I'm actually, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. You can pass me that sauce again because I can do some. Yeah. Yeah.
He said he could double down.
Yeah.
We
So,
can do a last dab right
We can do a
now.
little,
Okay.
oop, that was more than I wanted, but
pretty good.
yeah, this was good.
Serious, but it was probably the most mild.
Yeah, I don't think this is actually Chipotle.
I might just be like numbed out at this point and like no longer sensitive.
You know, I did not think about that, but that is true. Doesn't like milk numb you either too, or that?
I hope so.
I saw it on TikTok. I don't know if it's true.
I'm just trying not to break out.
Mm.
So let's do question 6.
All right, do it.
Sounds like you're a young queer man.
Mm-hmm.
Are you into astrology?
I am, but I'm not like one of those like. I'm definitely someone to be like, oh, you're a Virgo. Oh, okay, that makes sense, right? But like, I don't know everything.
But you know,
But I know that I cry a lot, and I know who else is a Pisces on this team. So.
Mark your Pisces wherever they may be. I need sauce number 6. Round 6. Yeah, Crystal. This one's an interesting one.
What's this? I've never heard of
This one's like the real ones.
the real ones. The real ones.
Hot sauce.
Louisiana.
Have we had your favorite hot sauce? Are we missing your favorite hot sauce? Tell us. If
Who's
we're
favorite?
missing the right ones.
Oh, okay.
But
Have you ever been to
I think
Louisiana?
this is a really good lineup. I'm really psyched about it. I feel really safe because if you watch Hot Ones on YouTube, oh my gosh, face melters.
I'm definitely drinking more right now.
It's really hot, but it's not like I'm not gonna eat again for the rest of the day.
Right. Like I'm clenching less.
I'm
Right.
still gonna have my birthday dinner, you know.
Oh, this isn't your birthday dinner?
Yeah, part 1. For appetizers.
Okay.
So my question is really, sauce me.
Mm-hmm. Wait, so it's your birthday today?
Today.
You're
Virgo Libra cusp.
Ooh, look at that. Virgos, y'all make great organizers.
That's
Organized.
right.
I'm a Virgo rising. So,
Nice. Yeah, Virgos are intense.
Mm-hmm.
Virgos are doing all of the spreadsheets.
Yes, lots of spreadsheets.
Lots
Mhm.
of task listing.
Appreciate that.
right,
I
here is
appreciate
my
a good
sauce.
spreadsheet.
I really like this one. Oh, this is Louisiana.
Mhm.
Crystal. So I'm going to sauce this up. I want to know what your most controversial astrology opinion is.
Oh, that's spicy. Oh, I'm scared for this one.
Are we getting spicier? I'm trying to get
I'm not.
spicier.
Listen, I cannot. Look, if this blows up in my DMs, I'm not replying to everything. Most controversial. Leos. Like, there's a couple I can count on one hand. The Leos in my life that I get along with really well. Otherwise, y'all need to come way down, like way down.
Those are fighting words.
That's,
I'm not even a Leo.
it's like I remember like the most Leo. Thank you.
Oh, you're getting a lot of support.
Right, I
This
know.
one's got a lot
We
of
just
Leo
met today, but
fans.
we're on good terms. July, August, right after Cancers. Yeah. So they're kind of, I remember there's this friend who was like my nemesis in undergrad. Like, we did not get along at all. And she would like come over to our like house parties all the time and being like, oh, this music sucks. And then just like plug her phone in and like play her music. And I was like, excuse me, no.
Why are you reading this?
Like, Leos are the life of the party, right? And it's life of the party, which can be fun, but also regardless of whatever else is happening, which
It's
is like,
exhausting.
it's a lot. It's a lot. We don't need that.
Leos need to hear
You
every
could be more
single day.
considerate about people,
You're
right?
so beautiful.
Yeah.
I believe you exist.
Yeah.
And every time you say it to me, I believe you.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm really terrified I said this because I feel like my Leo friends are going to be like, oh, really? I know.
You have to do a lot of complimenting. That's good though. I want to get you a little trouble tonight. Okay?
I think my Wi-Fi might be bad later, so we'll see.
Surprising that you don't have an opinion on a Scorpio. Are you a Scorpio?
You know what? I do have Scorpio in my chart.
Okay.
Yeah. I also don't have. I know a couple.
My mom's a Scorpio. Longest relationship of my life.
Really?
Yeah.
No. So the thing about astrology that like, is really funny with me. Like, everyone in my close circle, all Tauruses, Tauri.
Wow.
So my
You guys must
roommate-
never leave the house.
But they're all like I've told this in their faces before, so they're all stubborn. Yeah, I'm talking about y'all. Tauruses are very stubborn. Yeah,
They're very.
yeah. My roommate, who's a Taurus, always says like I'm not stubborn. I just have strong opinions. I'm like, fool.
They're just
That is
very
stubborn.
sure
Yeah.
about what they like,
Okay.
and that they know that they don't like stuff that they don't like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So my boyfriend's a Taurus. My close friend, my therapist was a Taurus. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
we love
so,
Taurus. I
you
love
know.
Taurus. They know take a Taurus to buy furniture.
and
too.
I think I need to be in their life because I help them cry. Like,
will help
oh, it
you.
looks like you're feeling something. Let's talk about that.
yeah,
right?
you
And
the
then-
cancer that can bring out the
Yeah,
let's sit
which
here
is
and cry.
fine. Everybody needs to cry. Have you cried today? If not, you need to cry.
I know. Let's be more pro crime
Mhm.
post community life.
This one wasn't bad. Well, the Louisiana one.
Yeah, that one's good. See, this one could be your daily. You know, it's like to go from 0 to like.
I don't go that far, but okay.
You wanted to upgrade.
Oh no.
So the next one we have is so deadly, so spicy, so lethal. It has to be good.
And not just a bag. I
You
will
just
point out
open
to the
it
audience
and
at home
it's burnt.
that this bench is zip tied.
It's
Zip tied. Like we can't even use a little twisty tie you get at the market. It had to be zip tied.
The,
Oh my god.
the heat wave that just singed my nose hairs as soon as he opened that lid.
Oh.
No.
Oh god, see, my sister just texted me. She says, I forgot that she's a Scorpio. She's like, I should be the number one Scorpio in your life.
That's right. We love the Scorpio.
I love a Scorpio. Okay, so this is I don't want to spill it because that would be hilarious. This is
Texas Pete.
Texas Pete. Whatever. Yep. Mhm.
Okay, I like that we have a little bit of a little tour going on as well. Louisiana, we got Texas,
Yeah.
we got like a different little.
We going around the
hot sauce.
Yeah, you know. Oh, look, this one's so deadly. There's not even a little like thingy. It's just gonna pour out. So, ugh. Okay. Okay, here you go. Good. Okay.
And it's like open, like there's no way I'm getting 2 drops out of this bottle.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you gotta go big or go
I
home.
have to take a drink.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah.
Just sniffing a little bit, not from the.
All right, this one's a 3-parter.
Oh,
Take your
Three-parter,
time with
okay.
it.
You're gonna have to
all-
repeat it multiple times.
I'll repeat it for you to help jog your memory. But
Okay.
this question's all about
Oh, I
emojis.
still have a carrot. Oh.
Yeah. I feel like emojis say a lot about a person.
They
We've
do.
come a long way, you know.
They do.
We've come a long way from like all the different Snapchats and the Bitmojis and all the different visual communicators with emojis remain.
I primarily communicate in emojis and memes. So yeah.
So this is a perfect question for you.
Great.
I want to learn something about you through emojis.
Okay.
Tell me, what is your most used emoji with your coworkers?
Well, my coworkers.
And back to that's pointing a little tighter with the leadership. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. With the leadership team, I feel like they should answer this question. I don't even know. You know, I have,
Pervasive emotion.
I have this bad habit. I gotta be very careful about. I did it last night too. So I get a lot of texts, and I'm like trying to answer things really quickly. So like we're always like texting each other, and I accidentally sent like I'm on my way to the leadership team. I was like, oops, wrong group. So what? Oh yeah, sorry. Okay. My most used emoji with the leadership team, probably the one which I also use a lot just in general is the side laughing one. Like I just laugh at everything. Yeah, and I'm kind of like, oh, have fun with that.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think that's probably, is that right? Yeah, see, I'm getting some head nods. Yeah,
You're just like,
is that
this is
right
hilarious.
now? Yeah, yeah,
Figure it out.
yeah. Well, all right, well, let me know. See you on the Zoom.
All right, let's go down a level then.
hmm
What is your most used emoji on Signal?
Ooh, oh.
Different vibes over there.
Well, Signal, that would probably be a lot of thumbs up. More little brown thumbs up kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Using that a lot. Like Signal, I try and keep to like the organizing stuff. I'm like, would a cop want? Would I want a cop to see this? Right? Like, yep, it goes on Signal. So, right?
And you want to
So you do. You
to
gotta.
see that you agree.
Yeah. Let them think I disagree with everything. Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's probably a lot of. I do a lot of organizing work for Signal and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mine's
Definitely.
probably the harder emoji.
No heart.
So
Oh.
I'll just like.
Yeah.
I can't engage with anything else. So it's like. Oh.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh, it's something I need to know. Quick. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Receive.
Yep, got it. Copy that.
Oh wait, last one then. One more level down.
Okay.
I'm assuming your social media usage. So if you don't use this app, forgive me. We'll most use emoji DMs.
Mm. Count?
Wait, what? You need to count with the
No.
real quick?
No. Oh, it looks like this computer's going really slow. Is that okay? Is it okay? Okay. Let's see. On Instagram, probably the I don't know. Maybe the little devil emoji.
Yeah, the
devil
purple
emoji.
one.
Yeah.
That one needs to come back.
Yeah. Oh, it's back. What are you talking about?
I'm not getting it. Can you also,
What?
I'm not getting enough.
I'll
of
send it
those
to you
purple
more.
devils. I like that purple devil. That's true. That one's
Mhm.
cute. It's like
Well,
slightly cheap.
mhm.
Okay. Well, look, I'm looking for a question from the audience. Do you have one for me, Diana?
Twitter one.
Twitter win.
No. What is his icon on Twitter?
Ooh, I like
Emoji
that.
on Twitter.
Emoji on Twitter?
Yeah. Oh, one more level down.
Mm.
This Twitter is like
Right.
diary.
Emoji on Twitter is probably what's a good one? I'm gonna open it up really quick just to see because no, because like when you open it and you like go to tweet and say what's the first ones that come up. So apparently it's the what is I was going back and forth with Daniel about it. It's the one with the, like the pouty eyes, like the big eyes with like the it's kind of like the little frown or whatever.
Cancel.
That is, yeah. Maybe. It's like that one and the crying one with the streams down the eyes. Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Wait, one thing I just learned about emojis. Tell me if I'm wrong. Most of the emoji in every context is what I consider the like thank you prayer hands. But I just learned that those are supposed to be like a high.
No.
I'm not accepting that, but I'm struggling with processing.
Wait, who said that? On purpose, gonna be.
Are y'all on my side? It's a prayer hand, right?
What?
Prayer hand, right?
No, who said that?
Everybody else on the internet.
There's a lot of things on the internet.
I never know if they're like maybe they kind of crushed me. Right?
Someone was talking about the moon landing wasn't real earlier. So yeah, well,
Where's my? Are we on the last sauce?
Someone wants to see him put sauce.
Shot!
All of the for $100
Right
Oh
now.
my god. That's like King Cups energy, right?
We get to a number, like, and we can do a challenge at 7,500. We can do a hot sauce.
Oh, you need this one. You need Frank's Red Hot. No. Cayenne pepper.
7,196. So,
Okay, I'm gonna now if we hit 7,500. 7,500 hot sauce shot. Comment section picks the sauce. We're 300 bucks away. We got 20-minute selections. So I think we can do it. Make it like a share. Go to the website, on social. Make it over.
I'm saying shot.
No.
Okay.
Tequila here. Does anybody have that in their desk here?
Kahlua. We have Kahlua.
It's not about that life anymore.
Oh. It's yours. Good job.
Did you bite into this red hot one yet? Go for it.
I did. I just want to make sure I'm not skipping over.
In the chat.
Oh. This is what I'm calling.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Got it.
About Leo.
Good one. All right. So this is our comment section selection.
Mm-hmm.
I said it. Tongue twister.
I'm like Twilight vampire
see,
sparkly
this is
over
like,
here.
I actually really like Friends, but let's go in. Spicy question. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's an election year for a lot of people coming up.
Oh, it's gonna be hot.
It's gonna be
hotter than this.
It's gonna be way hotter than this. We have elections happening in our city.
We do.
In the city to the north.
Mm.
In county, in the state, it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
We have school board elections, city council, and it's going down.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of change going on. So I'm gonna take this moment to ask you a spicy question.
Okay.
Shout out, elected official.
Cool.
Local.
Oh.
You can either go gratitude moment or, spicy with it, but who's your favorite elected official you want to shout out today?
Oh, good question.
Thank you. Thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah. I think God, my like lefty friends, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Don't crucify me later. I know. I like elected official. I think that there have been like I've been a big fan. I think like Lena Gonzalez has done like some pretty dope stuff at the state level. Now that she's currently in state senator, and we did a lot of work with her when she was a city councilwoman to really like, push and like show up and give her the support needed to like move the Values Act and a couple other immigrant rights efforts. And so she's been a real leader. Like we had the great conversations with her office too around like broadband for all, moving a lot of like labor rights efforts as well. And so really bummed that the Vision Act became a 2-year bill. And I know the folks were really pushing, we were part of that effort too, and helping support to push the Vision Act forward. She's been really great. It's been awesome to see the Board of Supervisors shape up now to be the board that it is. So there have been some really progressive champions there as well. Done a lot of relationship building and pushing Janice Hahn to be really progressive there as well. And so I think there's some efforts there. Locally, like we've had more of a progressive side on our council. So we're having like good conversations and pushing forward with like Rex and Suli and Mary and folks there, and making sure that like we can push conversations forward. Especially like on the city budget, right? Trying to ensure that like we're having these hard conversations. Straight up, we didn't get the outcome that we wanted on the city budget, but like hopefully like we see some progress there over time, So I think that's a nuanced question. I think there's some really cool folks to watch at like the state level. It was just Alex Lee, who's like a really young assembly member up in the Bay Area. He's been really awesome to watch some of the stuff that he's been doing and pushing for, including like open access meetings as like we're coming back into places and that people can access city council meetings remotely. That's been pretty dope. So yeah, I think there's some cool stuff there.
I love that.
Oh.
I can say that I see opportunity everywhere. Everywhere I look, I'm getting that sense from you too.
And also like I will say at the end of the day, like we, especially because I think our organization works to build these relationships with the elected officials, right? Like all this stuff's about accountability, right? And like we got to build a base of people to hold elected officials accountable when you get into power. There's a lot of interests out there who are going to be pushing against them, right? And like especially on like issues, on policing issues, like we're going toe to toe with folks who have very vested interest in profitable ventures, right? And so that is a direct threat to their money, to their resources. And so that's like, we may not have that money, but we've got people power, right? So it's important to do that, like, but have conversations with folks and build those relationships and hold folks accountable to that too. So we gotta do the work, right? There's no shortcuts in organizing.
There's no shortcuts in organizing. Is that on a shirt?
It's oh, shoot.
Okay.
Oh.
We're about to hit question. Last update on our numbers. Right now we are at $7,196. We have 6 hours left in our fundraising day. We're over halfway there to making our goal. We can't do it without your support. Let folks know. Make sure you're sharing. Talk about us on whatever social media platforms you are. That conversation. We've got a lot of great stuff coming up this year, and we need your support to keep growing. Thankful for all of you who've donated over 131 people have come together to make this happen. So thank you. We're heading into question 10.
We're doing it. This one has little chunks of stuff in it, so party.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, chunks are always bad when it comes to
Did you get that?
It's not that.
Oh, is that? Did I pour the wrong one?
You did.
Oh, okay. It's that one. That one. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Chunks are always but it's made by Taco Bell.
Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad. I will say I'm a Del Taco person.
There's a couple of chilies in It's not ketchup. All right. Last week.
Late night city council, like if we're done at like 11 p.m., 1 a.m., Del Taco is my spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the organizers meetup.
I mean, for me, me, myself, and I.
Right. Me, myself, and I. Nice, queso. Yes. I'm going to ask you one last personal question. I can this work is hard work for you. It's something that seems to come from somewhere else for you to have started so young. I'm noticing that tattoo. It's catching my eye. I'm wondering if there's a story behind that's the story of that tattoo or the story of a future tattoo you'd like to get.
Really good one. This is my first tattoo ever. It's a rose. And I got it actually like I got it in Vegas with my cousin. And it was just something like I've always kind of like wanted to get a tattoo. And it just like I got this like maybe a year after starting to organize with the Democratic Socialists here in Long Beach. And so like that has just been like a huge like labor for me, not as involved in the chapter as I used to be. Was like on the committee and steering committee for a while. Like 2 iterations, but it just like it, you know, I've been in a lot of different organizing spaces and came into this work, and you know, like, I hate the idea of like a professional kind of organizer, because it's like, how do you become a professional in this thing that's like about like life transformative